Who's ready for some boom, baby, boom? Rise and shine. It's 6 o'clock in the morning time. I love looking out the window every morning and seeing the trees. This is my last week in the breeze, and I've been obsessing about my breakup and my recent loss of a child. And I had to realize that this relationship mimicked a lot of addictions. It mimicked the want to be heard, the want to be felt, the want to be loved with a gorgeous woman and that she would love me back. It was all there. And then it became an addiction. Then it was a love addiction and an obsession. And we're going to talk the difference between real love and obsession for Saints Addiction. We out here. You're out here. Morning marijuana motivation. 6 o'clock in the morning. I want to smoke some weed. I want to meditate. I want to feel great. Get the air out of my stomach. And talk what it's like to love someone that hurts you. Even though it's not good for you. Or they killed your child. How can I be so obsessed about someone that hurt me so badly? Let's get into it, shall we? Let's get into it, shall we? Let's go. What's this? That's not what I wanted. Try to play something here. Let's go. Positive mind affirmation.
It's time to create your reality. It's time to consciously choose the life you desire. And it all begins by what you think. Your thoughts create your reality. If you want change in your life, it begins by changing your thoughts. And in changing your thoughts, you are shifting or shedding old ways and moving into a new reality. Use these affirmations to begin to program your subconscious mind. By listening to them entering your conscious mind, you will begin to imprint your subconscious mind. And not necessarily asking how change will occur, but rather just allowing, trusting, letting go, and allow your new thoughts to be born when divine timing is called. Listen to these affirmations for 30 days at any time, preferably as you drift off to sleep, to allow them to enter into your subconscious mind with a greater ease, and simply observe the changes that you will begin to see in your life as they unfold. Be the change that you would like to see in your world. It all starts with you. Many blessings to you of abundance, love, and happiness.
Bro, shut it. Let me get in a little bit. Turn the meditation. Fuck. Oh my God.
I am improving myself on a daily basis. I have the power to change.
Nothing changes, nothing changes. Change those thoughts, change your world, change your life.
I take care of myself.
Self-care, self-love, getting up early, brushing your teeth, smiling at strangers, workouts, eating right.
I am naturally confident and successful.
I am confident. I've been through too much shit. And I'm successful. I got here. More to come, promise you, promise
I am
you.
grateful for all I have in my life.
Attitude of gratitude. That my friends even helped me through this trip and that I made it a full year around the world.
I am constantly growing and developing.
This is me growing. This is me learning about my attachment issues and why I tend to fuck up relationships so badly.
I use positive self-talk on a daily basis.
I do speak nicely to myself. I do say things kind to myself. I wouldn't say I'm kind to myself, but that's the way I become kind to other people.
I believe in me.
Man, I've been watching my dreams come true right before my eyes. I believe. I believe. I believe everything's gonna work out.
I love and respect myself.
I do love myself. I love my life. I need to be more respectful to myself and others. Lord knows, working on it, working on it.
I encourage myself and others.
I do encourage other people on a regular basis. Morning motivation. Let's go.
I am fully confident in who I am.
Said that already, bro. Let's get it together this morning.
I pay attention to the good things in my life.
Count my blessings, not my stressings. Count blessings, not stressings.
I am at peace with who I am.
Finding peace with who I am. This guy needs work though. I'm not a perfect human being by any means. Not that anyone's perfect, but I got some work that needs to be done.
I choose to forgive myself and others.
Oh, forgiveness. Where are you? Where is my forgiveness? I still hold a flame in my heart for things that still burn in my
I
soul.
am respectful to others.
God, if I could be respectful to others, man, and not pop off, it keeps my self control. My Lord, what a massive human being I would be. It's too sassy, I
I
guess.
feel confident with who I am.
I already said that, bro. You're getting cut off this morning, homie. You're repeating yourself. This is the morning affirmations I have to listen to, but mostly importantly, I have to listen to myself. What kind of words am I telling myself? Where do my thoughts go to? And why is it always the obsession about her and what went wrong or what I did wrong and beat myself up over it when it wasn't entirely all my fault? I'd love to sit here and just be like, yeah, I was the physically abusive one. I was the one that was tapping my head in the nightclub, drinking in front of me, even though I don't drink. You know, running around Bangkok doing ketamine and kratom, even though you might have been pregnant with our baby. I I rack my brain. It drives me insane that I almost married someone that I barely knew, and then I wake up and I'm like, did this person ever really love me? Were they setting me up? Was this a covert contract? Is this a covert narcissist? And I did all the research that I could and go, how did this happen? Why did this happen? Or maybe you blew it, Mark. Maybe if you weren't such a cheater, if you would have kept your dick in your pants and you would have just trusted her to run off with someone else for days on end, you would have been in the seat. You would have been marrying her and she would have really loved you back. And I don't think that's even possible. I mean, not for the guy that was before me and not for the guy that's even after me. There's a situation where people pretend to be who they are or not. And it sucks because you yourself think that you know yourself, to thy own self be true. But a lot of us might not know our childhood issues, the things that only come out when I'm in a relationship. Other than that, I'm a pretty fucking cool person. Everything's pretty stellar. I got friends, family, loved ones, people that miss me, people that write me, stay in contact with me. I've had a blessed life traveling the world and making it and doing things, and it's not like I'm suffering, you know what I'm saying? Like, things have been really good for your boy Marky Saint, but at the same time, they've been really down. For anybody that's ever suffered from depression, you could get it anywhere. You could get it if you're skinny, you could get it if you're broke, you could get it if you're rich, you could get it if you're fat, you know what I mean? It's just this mental state that you live in. And for me, I thought my mental state was going to be better by experiencing this. When you risk love, when you risk this type of affection, it can affect you. You know, you are asking yourself to challenge not only your family and introducing them to somebody, or Facebook, and maybe people be embarrassed to say that they know you or they don't like your content or whatever it is, bro. You're risking a chance to have your self confidence broken. You're risking a chance to getting back into depression. You're risking a chance to look foolish in front of other people. There's so much out there that is so confusing. I know, especially in the dating world, especially when you're not meeting people in real life. Everybody's just so digital. They're selling themselves online digitally. They're making connections digitally, and nobody actually goes up and says what's up. Now I had to build my confidence to do this. Just approach a woman, hold my own, be a man, stay steadfast in front of them, and um, be a man. You know, just approach and be strong and be confident and be like, yo, life's done some things to me, but I made it this far, and I'll make it even further. This is the obsession. This is the way my brain works, and you know, I do it this way all the time. But it's a mind game. Some people want to be mind fucked. Some people want to control other people. My thing was to have control over myself and my thoughts. If my thoughts develop my world, why do my thoughts obsess about this girl when I have another girl that actually asks me how I am every day, actually is sexual with me, and actually wants to have children in a future with me, wouldn't kill my baby, wouldn't be as sexy as this other person, but is more natural and giving and caring. She shows me her other side. She shows me her heart and invites me inside. There's so many people, and some of them, that they got no heart, man. They're killing multiple babies. They're running off with somebody else. They the switch up is real, bro. You think that you know someone, they can put their logo on their nails, and next thing you know, you're holding it high and dry. And this is why I'm having this conversation with men, because there needs to be other men to know the difference between real love and obsession. And the reason I have to be real about it is because my mind wants to obsess on this fantasy of this person, the one that promised me that they wanted to have children, promised me that they wanted to have a family, promised me that they wanted to get married, and none of those things happened. It's the equivalent of dating a man that's promising to quit drinking, or he's not going to hit you anymore, or we all know the promises. We all know the dangers. Oh man. And we all can obsess about some things, and this is the tough part about mind control and choosing what you think and choosing what to follow your mind's thoughts in different areas of your things. For sure, morning meditation helps, for sure. um, Sitting still and doing breathing exercises helps, but for sure sitting with this pain, sitting with the idea of this person is not perfect for me. No one is perfect. You might have felt that, besides for all of the red flags, super bumps, whatever, that she would be just perfect and nothing's wrong, nothing to see here. Not her past, not her actions, not her abuse. Just keep looking over it, Mark. You're obsessed because she was so beautiful. Even if she was altered, you know, even if it was all plastic surgery, you still want to believe that this person's 10 rules for a healthy breakup. I did not get a healthy breakup at all. Drama addiction. Some people addict to drama. If a woman says this, avoid her. 10 signs of a female narcissist, covert narcissist, red pill. I'm just gonna play this one because I know I just watched it recently and it made the most sense to me. But I'm gonna smoke. You guys are gonna get it.
Welcome back to my channel. I'm Coach Lilia. I'm a relationship coach and a narcissistic abuse survivor. And this video I'm dedicating to
Maybe
men
you're a
who have
narcissist
gone through
too. Who
narcissistic
knows?
abuse before. I want to talk to you about how a covert narcissistic woman traps you. Because I know there's a lot of you guys there that are so scared of falling into this trap again. And I'm not taking sides here. It's just that men are truly underrepresented when it comes to this domestic abuse, narcissistic abuse. So let's go ahead and talk about the tactics that she's going to use so that you don't fall into this trap again. Because you need to learn this to the T. Okay? So you met this amazing girl, right? You met this girl and you think that she's the one and she's so special and blah, blah, blah. You didn't meet her. She scouted you, okay? She has seen you way before you've seen her. She noticed the protector. She noticed the guy that's an empath, the guy that will kill for the woman that he loves or anyone. He's gonna protect his family. He's gonna protect anyone that he loves. That's the guy she wants, okay? So what happens? You guys get introduced, she starts a conversation, and the connection is just out of this world. The chemistry is out of this world. The sexuality, she's kind, she's giving, she's funny, she's friendly, everything you were looking for. You almost want to run to mom and dad and tell them that you met the one, right? This girl is just unreal. Now what happens, okay? So that sexuality builds up, and she will make you tap into your sexual energy that you didn't even know existed in you. That sexual intimacy is going to be out of this world. And you're going to have those probably late night conversations, you know, maybe you're sitting on the kitchen floor talking about your feelings, talking about your past traumas, talking about this, talking about that. You think you're talking. She's creating a profile on you so that she can later manipulate you. You need to understand that. All of those vulnerabilities you share with her are later going to be used against you. And that is so crucial for you to understand. But that's not even where she traps you fully. The key here is that in the very short time of you knowing her, this girl is going to share something so freaking vulnerable about her, almost inappropriately vulnerable to share in the beginning stages. Like maybe the fact that she got molested, or her dad used to beat her or abandoned her, something adverse that happened in her childhood. It doesn't have to be a lie. It can be complete truth. But she's going to do that so that you feel, or she might even tell you this, so that you think that this is something she has never been able to share with anyone, that she trusts you on that level. She's basically telling you, can I trust you with this vulnerable information? Because I've never shared this with anyone. You make me feel so safe, and I can share this with you. So what happens to you? You feel like the protector, right? You feel like this is that safe, sacred information, and you have to protect it, and you have to now protect her. And now you understand that if this woman has this kind of connection with me, this is it for me. I have to give her love, and we are starting a family together, right? She's the one.
Yeah.
She trapped you here, but that's not even the end game, okay? Now, this sharing of this vulnerable information is going to determine for her whether or not you make the cut of supply, long-term supply. Because if you're not that empathic, actually, if you're just kind of like, thank you for sharing, you're not going to make the cut. She wants a guy that's really want to give it his all to basically save her, right? Now, if you do make the cut, which you most likely will if you're watching this video, now what she's going to do, she hasn't trapped you fully yet. Now she's going to pull away. Or she's going to basically make you feel like you've done something wrong for her to pull away. Or she's just going to pull away just because. And when you ask why she's pulling away, she's either going to tell you that you've done something, or she's going to express the fact that she doesn't want to go through that kind of emotional pain again because she's been hurt before. She likes you so much. She really sees that connection. And it's just going to hurt so freaking much if somebody with that kind of connection that she has with hurts her. What are you going to do? You're going to tap into that, protector instinct again, and you're going to reassure her that you will never, ever do anything in your life to hurt her. Yep. You will always be there for her. She can trust you fully. You're always going to be there for her. Now she's got you locked in. Now she's got you anchored in, okay? And that was all manipulation. Just like that. And now what's going to happen? Just your relationship begins, and somebody just turned a switch, right? Somebody flipped a switch, and you think it's your fault. Why? Because you promised to her that you would never do anything for her to feel that way. But now she's constantly unhappy. She's constantly saying something, either you're cheating, or you're not doing enough, or there's not enough money, or where did the money go? Why are you spending this and that? Why is the kitchen towel hanging this way? You have no idea what the hell is going on, why is she always unhappy. She wakes up, there's just no smile on her face. What's also gonna happen in a relationship is that she's gonna tell you that you're the problem in such a way where she's gonna say, "Are you mad? What's upsetting you? You don't look happy. Is it me?" And until you finally freak out and start fighting with her, until you're like, "What is going on? I'm not mad." And then you're gonna be the one that's yelling, and she's gonna be the one crying. I will talk about this a lot more in my further video.
Why you yelling
in this video, I just want you guys to understand how she locks you in. She's gonna start chipping away from you when the relationship begins. Because you have made that promise that you're gonna be there to protect her, that you're gonna be there to make her happy, and you're never gonna break that promise. And she is going to make you feel all the time like you are breaking that promise by being not enough. And that's where you're going to think that you're not enough, and it's going to chip away from you until you essentially have no sense of self. Okay? I'm reminding you, you're not the problem. You are with a covert narcissistic women that can flip and turn into malignant narcissistic women with a lot of sadism very quickly, because it's all on a spectrum. Don't stay another day in these relationships. If you have children together, of course, make a very concrete plan on how you're going to get out. But you will never make her happy, because she doesn't want to be happy. She's not happy. She's not happy with herself. The love is not in her, okay? She has no sense of self, and she's projecting all the pain that she's feeling inside onto you. And no, giving her more love is not ever going to make her feel like she's going to give that love back to you. It's just not in her. You can't save her. All you can do is leave. Do not stay in these relationships. If you guys need one-on-one coaching, understanding what you're going through, please go ahead and schedule a call with me. My link is in my bio.
Link in the bio. I mean, you know, the title of the thing is sorry, this is the title of it is obsession, because you know it works with my addictions, and I said obsession is an addiction because you can try to polish a turd, right? You can try to make this person into the glory that you fell in love with, and what ends up happening is it wears off. And initially, after the first love bombing phase, I like you so much, you feel so safe, pretty soon turns into you're not doing this right, and you get less compliments. Pretty soon it turns into every day being a drama, every day having an issue, every day not being happy. And that's emotional regulation. Not for anything. You want somebody that can bring a smile to your face, not constantly trying to bring a smile to her face. And as a dom dominatrix trying to fucking get men to be pay pigs and snap her fingers and they'll just start licking her toes. She liked that power dynamic. With her meeting me, I'm not like some little bitch like our new guy, dude. I'm not small, bro. I'm a man. And as men, right? We as men, and I got to do a red pill thing too. We're gonna have certain amounts of respect that we want to feel. We're gonna want someone to feel like it's some sort of possession. Like this is our girl. It's not your girl. She doesn't dance with other guys. She's not on the motorcycle with other guys. She doesn't have other guys orbiting her. This is the situation I'm talking about. Couldn't add me on Facebook in a relationship. Couldn't hold my hands during certain parts of the street because some other guy might see. Being on the phone with some other dude during sunset instead of being with me. Constantly being somewhere else. Shit, when I hadn't seen her in the first week, she came up and said she was sitting with another guy. So you entertained someone else who was supposed to be pansexual and demisexual and polysexual, just like her. And then he grabs her hands and puts it on his dick. You were in that situation before you met up with me? How did you get in that situation? How are you getting close enough to these people for them to feel sexual towards you? And that's what ends up happening. You know, you will obsess about it because you'll get just enough. This is why it becomes an obsession, just like drugs. They'll give you that addiction hit. It'll give you a fake dopamine hit. It's almost like you feeling comfortable on your phone, right? You feel like it's a part of you. It's an extension of you. You pick it up every time you get anxiety. You grab your phone. You're feeling lonely. You grab your phone. You you will reach out and grab for uh, uh, um, some sort of safety. You will reach out and hope that these things are happening. But this is what ends up happening. Here we go. Uh, maybe it's the should we be 10 signs of a female narcissist, and then I'll let them go in there. Oh, this chick's too. Narcissists don't care.
We could ever understand. That's why
I'm sorry.
the narcissist was never capable of caring for you. When you look back at all the horrible stuff that they did and you ask yourself, why did they treat me like garbage when I was so nice to them? I gave them so many opportunities. I did so much stuff. I bent over backwards for them. The answer is always the same. It's because they didn't care about you. What I mean by that is with a narcissist, they are so self-absorbed that they cannot see you as your own human. They see you as a possession of theirs. They see you as an extension of themselves. And when you start to have your own thoughts, hopes, feelings, that infuriates them. They are not capable of putting you first. It's like asking a dog to be a cat. They just cannot do it. They come from childhoods that made them have to put this wall around themselves that protects them from the
She's a bit
outside
angry.
world. As a result of that, you cannot penetrate that wall. They are living in a reality of this wall that is far beyond what we could ever understand. That's why things are so foreign to you when the narcissist gets into a rage, because you have good intentions towards them. They do not have good intentions towards you. They are out for revenge. When that kind of bad intention is staring us right in the face, a lot of us can't even recognize it. But it is a major red flag that this person does not give a hoot about you. They don't care about your well-being. They don't care about fixing the relationship.
Nope.
They only care about power. This delusional reality includes delusions of grandeur, gross sense of entitlement, feeling like they deserve the world.
Right.
This is an alternate reality, the rules of which you could never possibly understand because they are constantly changing. There's no having them see the light, because that would be like changing their entire worldview, which you just can't do. You're way better off starting with somebody else who has similar values and morals to your own. It can be a sad thought of, this person never really cared about me, but it can also be a very freeing thought because there's not really anywhere to go from there. The question is, once you realize that this person doesn't care about me, do you care? I've had some people say, I know this narcissist doesn't care about me, but I really don't care. You should care. You should hold yourself to a higher standard and only associate with people who have your best intentions in mind. If somebody doesn't have your best interests in mind at all times, they will continue to violate your boundaries, and you should walk away from that person.
There it is, bro. And I did. I walked away. I was like, man, I can't handle the woman of my dreams that I've been waiting for 2 weeks, being all celibate and honoring that, for her to just come here and say, oh, I've spent all my time with you, and put me together sitting there taking off her underwear, going off in a bikini with some other dude on the back of his Harley. She had no look of empathy, dude. She had the darkest souls. There was not a single care. There wasn't a single goodbye. There wasn't a single explanation. There wasn't a single I love you. It was whoosh, right out the door. I think she even kicked the door open a little bit. And when you get in these situations that you can just leave all your shit, just move in, buy all this stuff, and then run off with someone else without any explanation for 4 days, this is why you found me getting a blowjob on a full moon. I wasn't going to play any more games with her. I didn't like playing her celibacy games. Give me some, take some away, be naked on a full moon beach and not do anything about it, leave for days, have other dudes not answering the phone, just doing it on her power moves, like, I'm going to dictate the sex. Usually it's just like, I'm horny. I get it up, you get it down. Let's go. We should be into each other. This is how procreation works. No. It's about control. It's about I'm got my boundaries with my body. Except for your body keeps crossing the boundaries with me. Your body chose to grab my dick and put it inside you the first time I met you. I didn't make you do that. That was the first 5, 6 hours of knowing you. That's obviously a sexual bomb. Tell me how much you like me and that we always want to be together. And then all of a sudden, pulling away after a great dinner, it was too much for me. Too much yo-yo effect. Some days 256 messages. Some days not hear from her at all. It was too much. The memes 18 in a row and every video that she watched, I became her obsession, right? Then it was like everything's on me. Right now she's got a new dude, so everything's on him. Everything has to be perfect from the next guy. And this is another one of these things that I found uh, fake fake love. 8 signs of fake love, right? Not real love. Hi, Psychogoers. Let's go get it.
Hey there, Psychogoers, and welcome back to another video. Have you ever fallen in love?
Yeah.
Falling in love can be the most euphoric feeling in the world.
Yes, it is.
You feel like you could move heaven and earth and split the sea down the middle
We
just
could manifest
to be with them.
anything together.
But what if this person you feel so strongly for doesn't actually feel the same way?
Damn.
Want to find out who really loves you and who's just pretending? Here are 8 definitive signs someone's love is fake. 1. They change you, not for the better. Ever since you started dating your partner is, you've changed. The only comment you hear from your close ones? Do they say you seem less lively and upbeat now? Or that you've lost your usual confidence, wit, or charm? Your partner makes you feel like you have to change or hide certain aspects of yourself just to please them. You never feel like you can really be yourself around them, and that's a definite red flag. Remember, true love doesn't take away from your shine or your spirit. 2. They control you.
They do.
Does your partner tell you who you can and can't go out with?
Trim your beard.
Do they dictate what you can and can't wear, or what time you need to be home?
You should stop spitting.
Are they the ones who always get to choose where you go, or where you eat, or what you do together? In a healthy relationship, you and your partner don't control one another. True love lets you be your own person, while fake love doesn't.
Wow.
3. They don't trust you. Is your partner distrustful, wary, and overly suspicious?
Yep.
Do they fail to respect your privacy and read all your text messages just to get some peace of mind?
Shit.
Another sign of fake love is constant, unreasonable jealousy.
Right.
Your partner doesn't have faith in you and they don't believe you'll stay loyal to them. They don't feel comfortable letting you hang out with your friends when they're not around. They don't want you to spend too much time away from them. They need to know where you are and what you're doing at all times. 4. They don't prioritize you. Do you and your significant other barely see each other anymore? Do they take forever to reply to your texts or frequently cancel on you at the last minute because something came up? No matter how understanding you might try to be with them, you need to realize that all these behaviors show that your partner doesn't see you as a priority in their life. Because no matter how busy they say they are, if they really love you and want to be with you, they'll do their best to make time for you, instead of just giving you empty excuses and half-hearted promises.
Yep. Taking off.
5. They're emotionally distant. Is your partner cold, distant, or detached? Does it seem like they aren't even trying to build emotional intimacy?
I'm an introvert.
If you and your partner can't connect with one another on an emotional level, then it's a sign that they don't really love you. Your partner doesn't open up to you or share their feelings with you. They don't comfort you when you're down or share your happiness with your success. Well, then there's nothing deep or meaningful about your relationship. It's like they're a stone wall that you're never going to be able to climb. Not unless they let down their guard with you. 6. They seem uninterested. Aside from being emotionally distant, your partner just doesn't seem interested in you or your life. They don't ask you about your interests, passions, or goals.
No.
They're not curious about your thoughts and feelings. No. They don't make any effort to get to know you better.
No.
They seem bored whenever you talk about your friends or family.
Wow.
And they never make plans together with you.
Wow.
Fake love is apathetic and uninvolved, while a partner who truly loves you will be curious about you, passionate about you, and care enough to get to know you.
Wow.
7. They don't meet you halfway.
Damn.
In your relationship, do you always adjust your schedule around your partner's? And do what they like more often than what you like?
Yep.
Are you constantly doing favors for them or sacrificing your time, energy, or other important things in your
Yep,
life
come
just
on
to
here,
make
talk
them
to me,
happy.
but I'm not gonna
If
talk to
your
you.
significant other
Bring
truly
me some
loves you,
money and orange
they'll be willing
juice.
to make compromises
Bring me some
instead of
kids
let
that'll
you do
bite in
all
them
the
for
emotional
treating you
labor
like
in the
shit.
relationship and shoulder all the responsibilities.
Give
This
you
shows
all
they're
this and
selfish
you're
and only care
still
about
not
themselves.
happy.
And 8, they easily give up on you. Finally,
Wow, the
the most
final one
glaring
came.
sign of fake love you need to look out
Yep,
for is how quickly your partner is ready to call it quits with you.
exactly.
Conflict is a normal part of any relationship.
Yep,
But if every little disagreement has your partner saying,
I'm
I
done.
can't do this
I'm not
anymore,
healed.
then they don't
It's
really love
over.
you. They're not interested in talking things out, giving second chances, or trying to find a solution together. Because their first instinct is always to just throw in the towel,
Wow,
which just goes to show they don't really care whether the relationship works or fails.
wow.
Relationships don't need to be perfect to make you happy, but it's important that you and your partner feel the same way about one another and are both willing to do what it takes to make things work.
Let's go.
Honesty, trust, respect, and most of all, genuine and heartfelt love between the two of you is mandatory in any relationship. Otherwise, you're just wasting your time. Learning to
Damn.
spot the signs of fake love before it's too late can ultimately save you from a lot of heartache. Does
Damn,
your
girl. The heartache is real. And that's where it becomes an obsession. You obsess about all the mistakes that you've made and not the way that the person has treated you. You highlight how close you were to being married, to finding the love of your life, that this person was so perfect for you that you ignore their red flags. You ignore the abuse. You ignore the past traumas. You think you can heal them. You want to come in on a white horse and be their savior. And there are girls that are looking for hero complexes. They're setting themselves up as the damsel in distress, even though she's extremely smart, fully capable, and independent. All of a sudden, I need you for emotional support. I was supposed to find you in my tarot cards. My psychic predicted you in your beard. 2 weeks before her, another girl was sitting here complaining, being also critical. She wasn't as pretty, so maybe that's how she got so many more passes. But I was kicking chicks out of this bungalow for being critical and cursing at me or calling me names from the jump. I have my own boundaries. There's certain triggers in me. Like if we're gonna start calling each other names, first of all, I'm not calling anyone names. I'm not saying fuck you to anybody, bro. And as soon as I said fuck you back to her, she tried to run. She was like hitting the door, didn't like the conflict, didn't like the way I was talking to her, and then started to wrestle with me. Um, if she could have just sat and talked to me, if she could have even once put any kind of effort to communicate with me instead of shutting down, stonewalling me, not saying anything, constantly running, not being in the relationship. You know, this is when you end up putting more effort. I'm paddling out to the middle of the bay to be with her, and she's crying over some other dude. Find out that this other dude just used her for sex and they got an OnlyFans account. I'm like, what the fuck? My girl does OnlyFans? I mean, I knew you were in the fetish life, but like, I'm idolizing at this point. I'm like, whoa, she's so pretty. And I'm like, yeah, but Mark, she's plastically altered, bro. You could be that pretty too if you had 7 surgeries. Well, maybe she's just so beautiful inside. When a beautiful girl tells you she loves you, you're going to fall in love at any moment. That's the addiction. That's where it comes into my play, where even though I've quit addictions, right, I still got my Saints addiction. There's some tobacco in here, you know. I quit drinking. I quit cocaine. Hell, I even quit pussy for a couple times, a couple years. And all these things were just not enough. After the first abortion, it was like I needed more self control. Therefore, I started to get on a diet, fasting, and quitting sugars and getting more self control. Then I get myself in a situation where I feel like I have to fix things. You know, I become a fixer, a people pleaser. That if as long as I get her medicine or get her some orange juice or give her some money, she'll be happy. And then just like a dominatrix, she subbed me and tried to be like, that's all you got, or complained about it and even barely thanked me. She thanks for the loan. I know I've never seen that money again, bro. I could use that money right now. I wouldn't be in a financial pinch. I would still have an extra 3,000 baht to finish this last week. And it's just like I put myself in financial situations for somebody that didn't care about me, that didn't thank me, that didn't stop her emotional rants, her emotional feelings, and to consider me at all. And to be fair, in my narcissism, I was going off on her too. I'm like, yeah, it's a full moon ritual, but I waited all 5 hours before I could talk. And I never get to see you, so I never get to express myself. You're always there away processing things, and I'm over here having to process these things by myself. It would be a union when you can process them together. It'll be a relationship when you can communicate. It's an obsession because it's an addiction. If it fulfills you, then it's not an addiction, right? This is the difference between an addiction and what's the opposite of addiction? It's the difference between synthetic love and real love. This is what I'm trying to get down to. There's a difference between obsession and love. There's a difference between something that is healthy, that you want to see the person grow. You want to understand the other person. You don't want them judging you. You don't want to infight. You don't want to tit for tat. You don't want to be angry. There was so much hostility and toxicity. It just poured out of us. It was something that was just like, oh, we're not even adults anymore. We're children fighting through our trauma. You don't trust men. You would never let a man be in power. You got daddy issues. Your dad's not alive. These things affect you. They're things that will affect me. That my parents are divorced, and that my own abandonment issues, and that these things could fall apart. You know, that's what freaks me out the worst. Is like, oh no, I'm fighting for this relationship, ends up turning into a physical fight. I'm like, stop. If you run, then everything's going to be gone. But if I try to hold on to you, for sure everything's gone. And in my attachment style, I'm freaking out because I saw a horrible divorce from my family, and I got childhood trauma from that. Even my brother's still not married, doesn't want to have kids. My sister Natasha's already got her kids, they're grown enough, but she started with somebody that already had kids, 2 kids, so she had 2 kids by the time she was 21, inherited them. My other sister doesn't have them at all either, so 3 out of 4 kids never got married, never had kids. How crazy is that? Childhood trauma. So we all have a way to um, leave our minds instead of seeing the reality of things. We want to live in a fantasy world, and that's why women want to date pirates and vampires and pilots and all these kind of dangerous surgeons, these dangerous but wealthy jobs, romantic jobs, exciting jobs. They want to tame the beast. They want him to be only faithful to her, loyal to her, and for the most part it's working for me. As soon as I knew that I could have sex on the regular, then I was like, oh, this is my person. As soon as this person was like, hey, how are you, on a regular basis, which the other person never asked how I was doing. It was never unselfish enough to stop her show to make it about my show. It was always the miscommunication of buying me things instead of time spent. I'm a quality time love language. They wanted to buy me like swim trunks or dinner, or and I appreciate the dinners and I paid back my dinners, but like these kind of, I'll buy things for your house but I won't be in your house, right? You know, I'll send you a bunch of fucking messages but I won't sleep with you at night. I'll talk sexual with you and flash you but I won't actually fuck you on the beach. It's enough to miss the bus. The amount of yo-yoing effect, and maybe it's her bipolarity, maybe it's her way of dating. You know, when you're dating an avoidant, they say avoidants are narcissists. It's because they are so selfish. They're just like, the whole world bends for them. If they want to avoid the conflict, that means everything has to stop. People continue in their own conflict but they never heal it or address it. They run away, and this becomes a whole nother level of passive aggressiveness. This becomes a whole nother level of obsession and neediness, because now you're only getting a touch. And especially for narcissists, when they only want the attention, all they do is have to press the button, right? I mean, especially in this day and age with Instagram's fat life pages and dominatrixes, you just find anybody to just sub for you. You find anybody that wants to be a slave for you and just give. And as soon as I was the resistance and was like, no, this isn't just your show, I'm a grown ass man, someone's gonna have to tell you no. And she was like, no, no one's ever gonna tell me no. So again, the lack of self-control, you know, the amount of addiction of this feeling, right? That this might be the one, and when I'm with them, feels tremendous. Everything's so super on point. I can't help but be fucking flabbergasted by how cool it is, and then they take it away. And it's just one of those things that you'll never get back. I'm trying to find this other one. Seven signs you're afraid of intimacy, defensive, avoidant men, open up when you do this, narcissistic empaths. This chick kind of made a point that I liked. She was out in the field. Unknown childhood traumas triggers, 5 examples of childhoods we often miss. Let's let this girl go into it. I like that she's just in the middle of the field and talking about her being honest.
Hello. My name is Anastasia Bentley, and I'm here to talk a little bit about narcissistic people, especially women. I think I'm a recovering narcissist. I've never had this diagnosis, given to me by a doctor, but this is something that I feel is the case. So why and how do I, in my non-professional, non-psychotherapeutic way, how do I understand that? I think it's a spectrum, and it's a spectrum of that we kind of start developing our response to the situations that happen in real life from our childhood. To me, there is a spectrum from empathic people and narcissistic people. It's usually forming in the childhood, like I said. So an empathic person would be responding to the behaviors of others that happen in their childhood in a way that would allow them to tune in and basically feel the energy of their parents or parenting figures, and
you gotta battle it out.
Feel the emotions and kind of just be that, human radio receiver, and basically just behave in a way that makes the figure in question happy, and make sure that they are not upset, they're not angry. And then narcissistic people, I think this is people, or at least this is how I see myself. This is the people that realize, okay, in the environment around me, I don't really have stability. The people in my life are behaving not in a stable way. They do things that make no sense to me. I feel unstable. I feel that I need to take care of myself. And I think a narcissistic person would be the person that puts the attention and the kind of responsibility for everything into themselves. And then what happens, they kind of start living their own life in themselves and be like, okay, I don't really care about what other people are feeling as long as I feel good. Wow. And in a way, it could be also, manifesting in different ways. It could be that the person says like, okay, I want everyone to praise me and say to me how great I am. And some people would be like, oh, no, I don't want anyone to be in my life who would, infringe on my privacy, who would make me dependent. So basically, it could manifest in different ways, in different behaviors, but the reason would be one, and that would be a person is saying to themselves, I am the most important thing in my life, and I put myself before everyone else, and even if it is at the expense of others. So this is at least how I understand it, okay? Now, but what I think is similar, and I think this is how also my narcissism has developed, is that both empathic people and narcissistic people, they're trying to influence others, control others. When people are trying to control the things that are external to them so that they feel good. So going to how empathic and narcissistic people are similar, I think it's the desire to control the environment so that the self feels good. And the empathic people, they would be doing that by trying to tune in to how others are feeling and behave in this certain way. And narcissistic people, they would be like, oh, you know what, I don't really care how you are feeling whatsoever as long as I feel good. So basically, they are still kind of trying to control the environment by just saying that it doesn't matter and completely take away all of the meaning that could be attached to other people's feelings. So I think how it was for me, I was growing up. I had two more sisters. I was the oldest, and my family story wasn't so great. So my mom left my father, my abusive father, when I was 5. And I think in some way she started, I don't want to talk too much about that because it's her own personal life, but she, I think, maybe blamed a little bit the kids for this, that she ended up in that relationship. So whenever she would come home, I remember I was like trying to understand, okay, will she be upset today? Will she be angry today? Will she be shouting at us? And sometimes it was really unexpected, and we couldn't predict what will happen. And of course now she's very different. She's a great mother. So, and I understand that she was struggling with her own issues at that time, and it was super difficult to raise the kids on her own with no help from the father. So I'm absolutely not judging that whatsoever. I'm very grateful for it, for what she's given to us. But I think I kind of got tired to try and read the air all the time. And at some point, I think what I've decided was, okay, seems like I'm not able to predict what's going to happen. When is she going to be upset? When she is not going to be upset? And actually, it was not only her. It was also other people. For example, teachers at school. They were also like that. Like, you don't know. Is this something that you do that will piss them off? Or is this something that they are struggling with that will piss them off and they will take it out on you? So, and I think at some point, I don't even remember how it happened, but that must have happened. I was like, okay, I'm not going to be taking care of other people's emotions. I don't care. I'm just going to be doing things that are important to me, and that's it. So I'm not going to be even thinking about what would be the reasons why they decided to do this. If it's not good for me, then that's it. And I think I really went deep into that because now as I'm looking back, I think I had a relationship with my ex-husband that was kind of traumatizing to me because I was anxiously attached and he was avoidantly attached. And he basically, I think it was too much for him when I was being around to him a lot. And I think he wanted to kind of get some space, get some distance. He didn't communicate that properly. And of course, it provoked me to be like angry and treat him in a bad way. So I think it was also kind of my narcissistic part of me because I didn't really care what he wants because I wanted to see him, and he didn't explain that to me that, okay, I need some time off, and he would usually it drove me crazy. He would, promise things, and then he would not come. So he would say, "Yes, I will come today," and then 1 hour after he was supposed to come, he would say, "Oh, no, 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 actually, I won't be coming today. I'm tired." So I think this relationship with this avoidant person kind of made it worse because I had to, get whatever I needed from him whenever it was possible. And then I was trying to kind of close that hole within me, that narcissistic hole, by taking everything that he could give me and putting it in there and not really caring about him. So now I see it differently as at that time. I think, of course, he could have communicated things differently, but I should have also been different. So, yeah, and what is similar between the empaths and the narcissists, that they really attach too much meaning to the emotions of others. And whilst empaths would be doing everything they can to make sure everyone is happy, then they're happy. The narcissists would do whatever is good for them without taking into account the emotions and feelings of others. As long as it's good for them, then they would do it. I think as a narcissist or as an empath, it's important to say that distinguish between others and oneself. And as an empath, of course, you're trying to make everyone happy and then you're happy. But as a narcissist, you're just walling everything away. So, like, you're putting a wall around your feelings and you're not letting others to come and influence your feelings. You still want to get certain emotions from the other person. You just don't care how you're gonna get it. And that's I think is also being attached too much to how other people feel about you and to other people's emotions and feelings, because you cannot get the feelings that you want from yourself. You have to provoke others to give it to you. I hope I kind of explained better how I feel about narcissists and why narcissists are still connected to the way how others feel, even though it might not look like it. So thank you so much. I hope that was useful for some of you. Let me know in your comments what you
Yeah, man. Let me know in the comments what you think about these things, you know? I'm sure I'm not the first time to have obsessive love. I've obsessed about girls that were extremely gorgeous before that I didn't even have sex with. I think of fuck Tosh. I think of fucking what's her face? Brittany. Jesus, bro. Um, how about Miranda when I was in eighth grade? You know what I mean? These idolizations that these women are gonna heal me or be magical for me or love me the way that I want to be loved. Such a long shot, you know, especially when they're pretty. You just get in such a delusion, you get such an obsession, you ignore the physical abuse, you ignore the past traumas and sketchy past, you ignore the fact that they don't even care about you, that they just completely burn you and don't seem to fucking care on a regular basis, even though there was a lot of flooding for like written notes or memes or saying I love you. When it came down to it, it was like marrying air. I literally don't know who I was in love with. I didn't know their past. They glared over that. I didn't know them and all their past traumas. I mean, there's too much to unpack. And then of course it was this the reactions. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, are you really here or are you not? And that's when you become addicted, because it's just enough to keep your dopamine firing, like playing with your phone, but not enough to be realistic, like playing with your phone. It's not the same as sitting here with a friend in real life as it is trying to call someone a messenger. It's not the same as someone that's willing to put in the amount of effort that you're giving and be like, yo, right here in the middle, I'm gonna meet you every time because it's that important to me. I'm gonna keep showing up instead of coming up with excuses to run and disappear. It is the difference between real love and an obsession. And it's something that I had to learn myself recently. Real love doesn't uh, rebound and try to replicate you and someone else next. Real love doesn't try to headbutt you and kick you in the crotch. Real love doesn't demean you and you feel like you're less after. Real love is like supportive and it doesn't fade like lust and obsession and fantasizing. That's all a flash in the pan, bro. And I want real love. I put it out here. I want someone that really wants to be around me, really wants to be in my life, doesn't cry after dinners, doesn't want to be with someone else, doesn't say fuck you in the morning, bro. No matter how frustrated, they apologize. You know, they explain, they clarify and communicate with you. This is what real love looks like, man. When it's the other way, this is two pretty people trying to be sexual, successful, and be perfect on paper, but there's so much deeper inside. You can't be a paper tiger. You got to have it on the insides, man. You got to have that feeling like when they're hurting, you're hurting, and when they're happy, you're happy, and vice versa. Being able to give that kind of feeling to someone is what it's about. So my obsession ends when I leave this island. There's too many memories triggering me, but I sit with it. I sit with the pain. I didn't run it to someone else. I didn't even talk about it much with my psychologist. This is on me, you know, and if it's meant to be, it's up to me, and that's what it's going to have to be. So I churn the energy of the obsession, like Saint's addiction, and focus it on my businesses. I've been editing a lot of videos. I've been sitting with the pain, journaling, taking lots of notes, still seeing my psychologist. This is a whole new life plan. If I can obsess about her, who is she really? You know, um, did she really love me? What happened? What could I have changed? What could I have done differently? The same type of energy of how can I get my websites up? How can I stay on my fitness routine and stay healthy and mentally healthy? How can I create my own healthy boundaries so next time this won't happen? How can I take it slower and really build a friendship that turns into a family? How do I not just say the words, but do the action? How do I become the man and husband that I want to be, a father? You know, I touch my heart because this is real to me and it's a real possibility. It brings me joy and happiness just thinking that I can create a family with someone that really wants to have a family and not kill babies and not kill me or try to kill my ego, but to support me and see me with my flaws, work through it. You can heal a narcissist. You can be like, hey man, I know that's your narcissistic side. Can you try to be nicer? Or hey, I'm trying to build intimacy with you. So let me be around you and show you affection, show you love, and show that you're wanted and you are enough. Hey, let me find more commonality with you than differences. Let me stop picking you apart and start building you up. These are the people that you want to be around. Me and her will never talk again. I know it. The obsession is that I missed an opportunity and that I blew it. The truth is that this person wasn't perfect. She had her role to play in it too, and it's not all me. It takes two to tango. If it would worked out, it would have worked out. And since it didn't go my way, I'm still okay. And that is your morning motivation. If you got anything out of this, light a joints, get high with me, take on the morning. I'm going to go do my morning meditation with my marijuana and enjoy this beautiful morning. I suggest you enjoy your beautiful morning too. take that same energy, that obsession, that addiction, put it into you. Take that pain and turn it into fuel. Is the rocket fuel that gets you to lift off. Every single lesson is a blessing. It is a chance to grow. I thank her for showing me this side of myself. I thank her for showing me what I really wanted out of love, and to choose wisely. And I suggest that you do the same. I suggest you do the same, because beauty is only skin deep, and then it's the insights that count, man. And if this person can't get the best out of you, if this person can't see your flaws and work with you, if this person um, that you idolize doesn't idolize you back, then you are obsessing, you are hovering, you're helicoptering, you're trying to get back a fantasy that does not exist. And in your reality, you can find true healing. That's your morning motivation. Peace and love. And as always, Chigathon. That means goodbye, but not forever in Finnish. And I will see you on the other side as soon as you like, share, and subscribe. Thank you for watching this show. Go be blessed.